With the end of the First World War, there was a very sign of relief that now the world would resume back to normal. And after the establishment of League of Nations, it was believed that the things would turn out normal. But we saw that in the next era, there was a series of rise of dictatorial powers in Germany and Italy under Nazism and fascism. And as a result, these nations did not constrain themselves to the concept of democracy, and they turned out anti-democratic. Now, as a result, they were always trying to refuse what was put under the Treaty of Versailles, and they started the expansion of their empire. Now, with this increase in the military power that was witnessed, the Europe got divided into two rival groups, and there was a significant aggressive policy. Considering this, there was no other option but the Second World War, one of the most disastrous war which could have been recorded in the history, because this war also used the nuclear weapons as one of the means, and this began when the Cold War was there. The Cold War began, and in 1939 there was the Second World War, and finally it got ended in 1945. So from 1939 to 1945 was the period of Second World War. Now, the immediate cause of the Second World War was attack of Germany on Poland. However, the First World War, the immediate crisis was the Sarajevo crisis, which we have understood under the First World War. Now, before we dive into the events that led to the Second World War, let's understand what was the backdrop, the things that happened before the Second World War that actually led to the start or the beginning of the Second World War. So Germany was divided into two parts, and for the benefit of Poland, the Germany was always burdened after the Treaty of Versailles. Now, after the Treaty of Versailles, there was severe discontent in Germany, stating predominantly the reason that there has to be a huge war indemnity that Germany would pay. The soldiers of the Germany were reduced to 1 lakh, and the spirit of revenge within the people of Germany was very high, and this was the reason, the discontent that happened as a result of the Treaty of Versailles, which turned out to be highly humiliating for Germany. Germany has to return the colonies that it had actually captured back. Now, the next was the rise of Nazism and fascism. Now, rise of Nazism under Hitler, the Treaty of Versailles was rejected, and there was a constant increase in the military power. The Rhineland, which was the region near the Rhine River, was fortified. Hitler also annexed the regions of Austria, Sudetenland, and then Czechoslovakia. Sudetenland was a very important region and important point of conflict during the Second World War. We'll talk about that more as we cover this lecture. But the next important thing was rise of fascism. So rise of fascism under Benito Mussolini was where he started to introduce many reforms. He established himself as the head of the the Ministry of Corporates, and brought in 22 national corporations. Those were called as syndicates to start industrialization in Italy. Now, he wanted to revive the old Roman glory, and similar to Germany, adopted an aggressive policy. However, the aggressive policy under fascism and Nazism were little different. Fascists were pure nationalists, believed in the role of state. Nazists were nationalist along with being racist and also radicalist. So their actions were more extreme, and as we said, Germany captured the region of Austria, Sudetenland, Czechoslovakia. On the other hand, Italy captured the region of Abyssinia, which is the present day Ethiopia, Albania. and some of the colonial regions. Now the next was Japan's expansion and invasion of China. Now under this, what was important? Japan and China came together with the allies in the First World War. However, the power of Japan at this point was increasing, and as a result, in 1931, Japan attacked China and seized the region of Manchuria. Now, once the region of Manchuria was seized, there was a war in 1937 between China and Japan, and as a result, many of the Chinese cities came under Japanese control. Now, during the Second World War, Japan joined the Berlin-Rome-Tokyo axis. So what was this? Rome was the capital of Italy, Berlin of Germany, and Tokyo of Japan. So it was Germany, Italy, and Japan coming together, and Japan joined these three forces during the Second World War, and therefore this was the time that Japan actually joined the war somewhere in between in 1941. So after the war started in 1939, Japan joined the Second World War in 1941. Important to note, the initial period of the Second World War was the period where these were actually the superpowers and were having a good command, were able to capture a lot of area, but later on we saw that with the end of the Second World War there was decline of these three powers. Now what was important at this point of time? At this point of time, Japan came against United States, and there were treaties which were signed with the fascist power in Italy with Japan. Now as a result, Japan was given a free hand in Asia. Germany and Italy were given a free hand for expansion in Europe and Africa for the very